First of all, on offense, what kind of stuck out there on Saturday? Maybe where were they able to hit you?
Yeah, it was the thing that hurt us probably as much as anything was the first quarter. We made some mistakes early on those first two drives. We didn't have the ball a whole lot. We had one big play. Obviously turnovers the whole game. The fourth quarter we had a turnover, and then we had the ball bounce off us for another turnover on kickoff return. But in the second and third quarter, basically in those two quarters, with the exception of one play, we had 300 yards. We moved the ball decent at times. We executed decent at times. We just got to get it where we do it all the time, and got to eliminate the mistakes, got to eliminate turnovers. That's the bottom line. Then you can't have two good drives, drive it down the length of the field, and then get field goals blocked for touchdowns. So I think that's the biggest thing. We just got to come back to work this week, and bust our tails, and work as hard as we can, and get everything corrected and improve.
Do you even show people tape of this, or just close the book on it and say we're not as bad as that, start over?
With our own guys? Yeah, we watched it Sunday. Yeah, we needed to. There's times you do that, for sure. I think that sometimes is more in the middle of the year, if that happens, or late in the year. But we're so young that we needed to watch it. It's kind of Sunday sometimes after a day like that is a pretty miserable day, because especially as a coach, you watch it yourself, then you watch it with your assistants, then you watch it with the players. But we had to see it. We had to learn from it. And we got to look in the mirror, all of us. And that starts, I said it after the game, I told the team that starts with me. I didn't do a good enough job. But everybody's got to take accountability and responsibility, and we all just got to move forward and get better.
The early days of practice this week, what are you going to be watching for to make sure that people haven't internalized this, that they're not thinking, damn, are we really that bad?
Yeah, I thought Sunday night we came out and had a good spirit about us. There were still guys down, obviously, and they should be. They should be down, and you never, ever want to have that happen, and that's never going to feel good, and you shouldn't feel good. But that's part of life, and that's part of really where your character shows up. When things go bad, are you going to fight and keep going? And kind of said that to all them. That's where your character shows up huge, is when things go bad, are you going to take the arrow in the forehead and point it at yourself, or are you going to point it at other people and blame other people? And if you have true character, then we'll all take the arrow in the forehead, and we'll all work to improve, and we'll all get better. And that's kind of what we have to do. And there's no perfect waving a wand and going to fix it. It's just got to be hard work and grind and move forward and get better.
Any notable personnel changes coming about this week?
A couple on the field goal team, but not totally notable. But a lot of that will depend on how practice goes too. I think competition has to be there every day in practice, and we got to go out there and compete every day in practice and continue to improve. I do think we'll have Connor Verba back. That'll help. Center or guard, playing both. I believe he'll be back. That still will be a day-to-day thing, but I think we have a good chance of having him back.
And he's getting over a heat injury?
Yeah, he just got a little he got a little overheated a couple times at practice, so they thought he needed a long break, and because of that, he probably won't play the whole game. He'll probably be monitored a number of plays that he plays.
And with some of those inexperienced guys getting their first D1 starts, how do you think they handle the pressure overall?
I think some of them. I think everybody at times did a good job. I think you can pull out clips of every guy that it was their first start, and there's some things they did really well. And then you can pull out clips of stuff they got to learn from, But probably the biggest thing is I did not see quit. Our guys kept fighting. The score, sometimes when the score gets that lopsided, it's usually either because of one team just gives up or turnovers. And I think it was turnovers. I think everybody kept fighting. Now, can we play a lot better? Yeah. And can at certain times we play harder? Yes. And we have to. But I don't think overall as a team there ever was, guys kept competing.
With the field goals, did they exploit something, or was it Corner exchange or somebody coming off the corner, or what happened with it?
The first one was a bad snap. The second one we had and you kind of had young guys a lot of different places. Even we had a guy that was a wing on the field goal team, and he just messed up. To be honest with you, he stepped the wrong way. And the third one, we just kind of got overpowered, and that can't happen. So that's kind of, we started out Sunday night's practice working PAT field goal live for quite a while, and we'll probably do that every day in practice. And so again, that's on me. Not probably, that is on me. We didn't do it enough live, obviously, throughout fall camp.
And these guys who play Saturday, what are they? What are they?
Offensively, they're spread. They spread you out. They do a lot of RPOs, a lot of spread. They got a good receiver, number 4. He's also their punt and kickoff returner. He caught a bubble screen last week, made about 3 guys miss and went to the house. He's very explosive, good player. Their quarterback does some good things, but they're the, traditional spread offense. Defensively, they looked a lot more, they were a lot more disciplined and a lot more sound, I guess is the best way to put it, than maybe they were in the past. They were disciplined, they were sound, they play hard. Their defensive line plays hard. 54 defensive tackle plays extremely hard. They got a middle linebacker, number 7, that's a bounce back from Nevada. He's a good player. Big number 2 that plays both tackle and end. Is very active. So it was their first game, so they might do more the second game. They kind of, it seemed like as the game went on, even last week, they did a lot more line games and changed things up a lot more. But a little bit more just true 4 down front. They did jump into some diamond, but a little bit more traditional than all the things we saw last game.
With your defense last week, really only allowing 30-some points in true, factoring in field position and factoring in some of the miscues of third down. There's a lot of holding up to third down. So what do you kind of take forward from that? What were they able to sort of do against Fresno State, especially early?
I told them I think the biggest thing they need to improve on is third downs. I thought they did a good job on first and second down, especially like when we had them backed up a couple times, and they converted like 3 third downs in a row, and so we got to improve on our third downs. But I thought they did some good things, played well at times, but you got to get those stops. When you got a chance, especially that can become a turnover for us if we just get a 3 and out when they're starting inside the 5. So I thought they did some good things at times. They got themselves put in a couple of bad situations, by the turnovers. But they can play better. We can play better on defense, and we will. I think we'll get better as the year goes on, for sure.
Since Erickson's going into the Hall of Fame this week, is he going to have an opportunity to talk to you guys before?
I just got done talking to his son, Bryce. So we got to kind of look into that. I've always thought the world of Coach Erickson, and it'd be great to have him around. And he's going to be in every Hall of Fame there is in the United States before it's all said and done. But that's a great, it'd be great to have him around. That's for sure.
Against Western New Mexico, do you see it kind of as an opportunity to experiment with some formulas here and there?
I don't know as much about experiment. We need to get, if anything else, we might need to get simpler and execute. We need to go out there and really understand what we're doing and execute. I don't know if the word there might be a few more guys that by how they do in practice this week that play, but we just need to get out there and execute and play good, sound football.
Is there anything that you saw in that first game that suggested to you we didn't work on this enough in preseason?
PAT field goal. Yeah, just being honest, we worked it every day. But I probably didn't do a good enough job at doing it live. Sometimes you get worried about doing that live because you don't want to get somebody banged up. But Yeah, so, but we did it live for quite a long time on Sunday, and we will this week. So that would probably be the biggest thing that I, and then probably took for granted a little bit, just some of the substitutions and some of the sideline procedure, which we did work a lot the last week, but having that many young guys, sometimes that played into it a little bit. Just making sure everybody knows exactly what they're doing.
And you're down a coach, right? Receivers coach?
No, we have Tony Spencer as coaching the receivers.
So that was not a problem?
No.
You're short of body getting everybody into the game correctly?
No. We never had a problem with everyone being in the game. It was just maybe not as clean as it had been when you had a little older group of guys the 2 years before that.
With Logan and Matt on the offensive line, I know some guys got in, some pressure there, but only allowing one sack. What did you kind of see out of those two guys making the first start?
I thought they both competed hard. You know, I thought those guys do a lot of different things on defense, a lot of movement, and they're good. So I thought they both competed hard. I thought I think they'll get better every week. But if you just had to say for their first start in that atmosphere against that team, I thought they did some good things. You know, I thought obviously there were some things the quarterbacks didn't do well, but the one thing they did do well is they didn't take sacks. Some quarterbacks will take sacks because they don't want their stats to look bad, you know, over an incompletion. So they did a good job at times throwing the ball away. There's a few times we need to give them a little bit longer to throw it, but they did a good job of doing that. Now we just got to keep growing on that. But back to your original question, the two freshmen, they're going to be really good players. They'll just keep growing and getting better each week, and I was happy that they'll continue to improve.
Everybody going to be available?
As far as right now, yep.
Anybody in particular kind of stick out during the pressure times in that game?
I thought Cottrell, for his first start, man, he made some tough catches in some key situations, and I thought he did some real good things. The two Ellis brothers both played well on defense. You know, Cade and Christian, they both did a good job defensively. Probably just, you know, off the top of your head, those would be the three names that come to me off the top. So I thought those three guys did a good job. I think Noah was good Noah had to miss some of the early part of fall camp, still recovering from his two shoulders. So it was good to have him out there, and I thought he played well. And now he should be back, be able to play the whole game this next game, so that'd be great. Because we had him kind of on a play count this last week.
The quarterback rotation, do you feel comfortable with the way you were getting them in and out of there, or did you learn something in this game that you might apply from here on?
You know, that's still something we got to keep working on. I think it went good at times. You know, they just both continue to get better and grow and understand that it's one play at a time, and take what the defense gives you and keep growing and getting better.
Was it kind of based on just certain packages that time?
Sometimes it was series. You know, a guy had a series, another guy had a series. Sometimes within the series there was a play I wanted to call that the other guy I thought ran better or executed better. And sometimes it was just where you saw a couple of them go a couple series in a row, just if they were moving the ball well with that individual in there, then we stayed that way.
Were the two of you and Fresno, trying to game each other at all with that? Or were you trying to get a guy in against the defensive package, and were they changing up their defensive packages to deal with who that you had in there, or were you both just playing straight up?
I don't think Fresno cared which one of them was in there.
They didn't care.
No. By the way they called it, I don't think they cared which guy was in there. They called pretty similar stuff to both guys.